Welcome to the N4KGL ARRL Field Day 2026 results presentation. Field Day is amateur radio's premier operating event, and this year's station N4KGL put in a strong showing. Let's walk through the highlights, the setup, and the numbers. First, the official entry details. N4KGL operated as a 2 Bravo station, meaning 2 transmitters running on battery power. The station is located in the Alabama section, and the entry includes a 5 times power multiplier for operating without commercial power at 5 watts RF output. The public was invited to stop by and see amateur radio in action. A bright yellow welcome banner on the front lawn let neighbors know that Field Day was happening and that visitors were encouraged. The operating location for this Field Day was an RV, a Spirit Ultralight, set up under a carport with the slide-out extended. This provided a comfortable, air-conditioned operating environment for the 24-hour event. Here you see the team. On the right is the operator, Rick NZ2I, ready for a full day and night of radio contacts. And on the left, the unofficial station mascot, Susie, a basset hound keeping a close eye on things and doing CW head copy. The antenna system included a tripod-mounted hex beam for HF contacts on 20 through 6 meters, paired with a well-organized indoor station featuring radios, laptops, and all the necessary accessories connected and ready to go. The quadplexer in the right photo allowed both transmitters to use the hex beam at the same time, but on different bands. The operating tables were stocked with everything needed for a successful field day: laptops running logging software, radios, and batteries. The ICOM 705 on the left photo was used for CW contacts, and the ICOM 7100 on the right photo was used for digital contacts. Logging was handled digitally using dedicated amateur radio contest logging software, N1MM+. They experimented with piping contacts to the cloud with the World Radio League logger. You can see the contact count climbing on screen, along with the hourly QSO rate and an activity graph showing the pace of contacts throughout the event. Power came from solar panels deployed on the property to charge the batteries. 2 panels were positioned on dry ground to capture maximum sunlight, feeding charge into the station batteries and keeping the operation running off the grid. The solar charging system used a PowerWorks MPPT solar charge controller specifically designed for BioEnolife PO4 lithium iron phosphate batteries. This maximized efficiency and kept the batteries in good health throughout the event. Drock digital multimeters were used to monitor battery voltage and current during the event, ensuring the power system stayed within safe operating parameters at all times. The power monitors showed that more energy was generated by solar panels than was used by the laptops and radios. Now, the results at a glance. N4KGL finished with an impressive final score, with a solid number of total QSOs made across multiple HF bands and modes. With 2 operators, the station stayed active for most of the 24-hour window. The detailed score summary breaks down points earned by band and mode. Each CW or digital QSO on battery power earned 10 points, and the most productive band, 20 meters, contributed a significant share of the overall score. Looking at the mode breakdown, the station operated on CW, FT4, FT8, and USB phone. The digital modes FT8 and FT4 accounted for a large portion of the contacts, while CW and phone added to the overall mix. 2 operators shared the workload, N4KGL and NZ2I. The infographic shows how many contacts each operator contributed and which modes they favored, giving a clear picture of how the team effort came together. Hourly QSO activity shows when the station was most productive. The bar chart highlights peak operating hours in UTC, with the busiest periods typically occurring in the evening and early morning when band conditions favor long-distance contacts. Breaking down contacts by band, the analysis reveals which frequencies performed best. Some bands produced the bulk of the contacts, while others offered more selective openings to specific regions of the country. Geographic reach was strong, with contacts made across dozens of ARRL and RAC sections. The top 10 sections worked are shown here, reflecting solid propagation to much of North America throughout the event. Looking at stations worked by class, N4KGL made contacts with a wide variety of field day setups, from large club stations to small home stations. The breakdown by class gives a sense of who else was on the air. The propagation map tells the story of where signals traveled. Lines extend from the southeastern United States across North America into Europe and out to Hawaii, showing the remarkable reach possible on HF, even with modest power and simple antennas. In summary, Field Day 2026 was a success for N4KGL. The 2-operator team achieved a strong final score powered entirely by batteries, operating across multiple bands and modes and making contacts from coast to coast and beyond. See you next field day. 73.